Hi. Good morning. 1 second. Okay. I got this ready already. So we got nice drum canvas. Happy Friday, everyone. I suppose I could have done this on an 11/14. Snowfox said, a wee canvas. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I suppose I could have done this on an 11/14. I could have done this on an 18/24. Is the audio different? What did I do? Did I change something? I can't tell. It echoes? Weird. Nothing has changed. I did disconnect everything from the camera. How is it echoey? Because the mic hasn't moved. It's right here. I disconnected everything from the camera so I could do eBay photos and Redbubble photos. But I hooked it back up right because I do that all the time. Steven is at the grocery store. He cannot fix this. Is it bad? Like, how bad? What did I do? It's not horrible, but not great. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that. I'm thinking. I hate this. Why does it have to be difficult? Let me try something. Test. Can you still hear me? Chaz is busy too. Is this better? Can you hear me? What? It's like I'm mono though? Okay, but do I sound okay? I don't know where it's pulling audio from now. That's the thing. So how I have it set up, not really how, Vagabond. I don't know which mic it's using. So the way I have it set up is I have the Lumix camera, the GH4, and I have it hooked up to a Zoom. Not Zoom the app, Zoom the company that makes these things. Anyway, this mic has a cable that goes to the Zoom, and then the Zoom sends it to the camera, and then the camera sends everything to the computer, right? Tap on the mic you're thinking of using. Nothing. Okay, so it's using some other mic. I don't know which mic. So the reason it was echoing was because I had it set up normal, and I have to hit a button on the Zoom to make it send this mic through to everything. And I did notice when I set everything up today, I said test, and the audio meters went up before I had that mic hot. And I was like, oh, I didn't hit this mic hot, so I hit the button so it would send that mic through. So I don't know what mic it's using. It's not using the one I'm supposed to be using. And the reason it was echoing before was because it was pulling from this one also, and whatever other one it's pulling from. And I don't know which one that is. Now there is a mic on the computer, because it's a laptop. And the camera itself, I think, has a mic. Like a little pinhole mic. But also the Zoom itself has microphones on it. I don't know which one it's using. So let's test. We're going to tap that one. I don't think it was that one. I don't know where the microphone on the laptop is. It wasn't that? Okay. I also don't know where the microphone on the camera itself is. Probably somewhere on the front. But why is it pulling from that? Let me see what things are set to. Properties. Cam link. No. I'm off screen standing. Yeah, so it's pulling from a mic over here. I just don't know which. Where is the mic on the computer? So it's pulling audio from Cam Link, which means it's pulling it from the camera, I bet. But why is the camera pulling audio? It should not be pulling audio. Did I hook up the Zoom wrong? Okay. Is that better? Does that sound more normal? Is this better now? Okay. I did it. Perfect. Okay, so the cable that goes from the Zoom to the GH4 was not plugged in all the way. That's what it was. So the camera was sending whatever it wanted to. I hate that cable. That cable is, I'm told, expensive, but I don't know what it is. It's like a powered 3.5mm cable or something. Anyway, now we can like actually start the stream. Hi, welcome to Friday. Wait. Hi everyone, good morning, welcome to Friday. There was no problems for 17 minutes. No problems at all. I put all my paintbrushes away. While I was waiting on the countdown, I'm like, oh, I could clean up my desk. We have a 16-month resub from Yoshi. Oh no, now I'm not clicked on the right thing. Come back here. Click there. 24 months from Bored Turtle. Thank you for hitting a 2. 4 months from Rock. 9 months from Chaz. 20 months from Keita Loves SM. And 8 months from Elven Scout. Thank you all for the resubs this morning. My chair is squeaky. I mean, it's been squeaky, but I haven't remembered to deal with it, so we're gonna set a reminder right now. Reminders. Reminders. Open. Painting chair. Today at, let's just do like 1:10. Okay. We've done it. Now we can start painting today. We're starting a new painting today. As I was saying in the beginning of the stream, someone had said, tiny canvas. I could have done this on an 1114 or 1824. I have a lot of 1824 canvases. Now I'm considering doing that. Do I want to? Kind of. Who wants to run a poll for me? Let me grab those two so we can see a size comparison. Canvases. Have you considered big? This is the biggest canvas I have here in the house right now. It's an 1824, which was like my normal size. And then we have 1114. Cool. And then 810. Those are our options. I will have to recrop my image, which I hate, but I can do that quick, can't I? Can we see the reference image? I'm gonna be painting this picture of a lantern I took in Nara when I was in Japan. This. So I took this picture when I was at Nara, so we're going to do that. Fossick says, what are the sizes? 18 by 24 inch, that's this one. 1114, which is this one. And then 8 by 10. Big. Let me open that poll so I can see what it's doing. Yeah, I will have to go put the grid lines back on my image in the right ratio. Unless they're the same. But I don't know if they are. I should just always paint square. That's what I should do. $11.14 is definitely not 4 by 5. Yeah. It looks like 11.14 is winning. We have an 18-month resub from Vinny G Plays, who says, I haven't been here in a while. Hi, good morning. We're starting a new painting. It's a good day to be back. I'm also not back on the right window to clear alerts. That's what I need. And then we have a 24-month resub from Radio Dread at tier 2. Good morning, Radio Dread. Congrats on the 2. It looks like 11.14 is going to win for sure. Because like 8 people voted for these two, like 4 and 4, and then we have 26 people for the 11.14. That's fine. What I should have done was I should have had Discord vote, because then I could have prepped everything ahead of time. That would have been the smart thing to do. Oh. The other thing I could do in the future is I could just buy, canvases that are all the same aspect ratio. Medium did win by a landslide. I've noticed all my canvases are like super loose lately, which is making me start to want to just make my own and stretch them, because I'll do a better job. And like, you can do this and use the spray, but I could also just stretch it better. I could also undo all these staples and re-stretch it myself. Might be the temperature change, possibly. We'll let that dry and stretch. You can see the ripple right here. Hopefully that tightens up. Noah says, but that's extra work. Well, it's all extra work. It's just what extra work do I want to do? It's tightening, but that part, there's like this dimple. The corners aren't super tight. So what I think I need to do is I need to brush some water. Where's it? This is a garbage paintbrush that I will never paint with because I don't like it. We'll use that. Okay. Not that one. That one stays here. We ran the poll in Discord and 1114 is winning. Great. There. Much better. How much prep time did I lose because of the poll? I don't know. Because here's the problem. This, I cropped and gridded for an 8x10. That is 1114. So now I'm like, God, do I run back to my computer real quick and remake this image real quick? It sounded very bouncy. Well, this needs to dry. Give me like, it's seriously gonna be like a minute because I already have Photoshop open. So it's just like new grid lines, screenshot, airdrop the iPad. I will take the iPad so I don't have to accidentally come back and grab it. 1 second. Okay. It took more than 60 seconds. My computer went to sleep. I was like, shoot, wake up. Open Photoshop. I thought you were open. Hi, this is the third time. All right, so I redid this with 11 by 14, and now we can actually get started. Just seeing if there's anything I lost. Yeah, I cropped it down a little bit. That's fun. All right, we can start now. I need my ruler. It's right in front of me. So we're going to do this. I thought about doing this two different ways. I thought about doing this. I was reading something someone was saying about when they took a painting class, they were like really struggling because a lot of people had gone into small brushes too quick. And like they were doing like too much tiny detail work too quick into the painting. And so their professor was like, gosh, everyone's doing this thing. And in teaching, when you notice all of your students doing something, you have to figure out how to make them not do that. So they had suggested that they all switch to bigger brushes, like ridiculously comically large brushes, and do a painting with that. Let me find a, not this comically large, that's too big for this canvas size. Something like maybe this for this canvas size, and try and do the entire canvas with a big brush like this. Like all the detail. Just to like kind of keep it a bit lighter and a bit faster. So I thought about doing something like that so it was a bit fresher and a bit more painterly. But I was going through all my photos and I found this photo and I was like, but I don't want to do that. And I thought about doing this painting just like I did the Dewdrop painting, where I had done the grid and I had done the underpainting in burnt umber, and then I started to work the pieces back in. And sometimes you're looking at a painting and you think, that would definitely work well for this technique. So I was kind of torn between doing both of those. And I decided, I think, that I want to do this painting that way. And I think I'm going to grid in chalk and draw the painting itself in pencil. I think that would be best. But now I'm also thinking it's an 11 by 14, so there's going to be a lot of grid lines. So I should probably just do it in a light pencil. So I don't think this vlog is out yet. This is one of the Japan 2024 vlogs. Because the last one that came out was Goddess Day. I think this wasn't the day after, this was the day after that. So it's 2 days after Goddess Day. And on this vlog day, the spoiler is that we all kind of split up after Goddess Day for a little bit. And I went to Nara on this day. So 2 days after Goddess Day, I went to Nara with my friend Stephanie and her partner Steve. And also Brandon went with me. March 18th is officially Goddess Day. And who else was with me? Haley, Alex, and Steven went to Kagoshima, and Chelsea and Dan went with me also. And then I don't remember what Chaz did, and I think Thomas went back to Tokyo with his wife, and was that everyone on the trip? I think that was everyone on the trip. Did you pet deer? We did pet deer. They're nippy. Like if you go to Nara, like they kept nipping at your clothes or your fingers trying to get the little like cookie crackers that you buy. They were super nippy. And they're cute. They're really cute.
But especially like the second you get off the bus into Nara, those ones are really aggressive. Can confirm they want cookies. I did really like Nara. Nope, you're gonna fall over, don't do that. I'm trying to do this grid as light as possible. So the day we went to Nara, it was like overcast. And then it started to rain once we got to the shrine. And I don't remember what shrine this was. I know where it is on the map, so I could like pull a Google Maps and then mentally walk the path we walked and then figure it out. But it started pouring and I saw this lantern and I thought it was really cool because it was like a super dreary day and we were all soaking wet and freezing. And out of the group of 6 of us, I'm the only one who bought crackers for the deer, and they were really chasing me. At some point, like, I handed them off to Brandon and switched, because he had my phone and was filming. And then I grabbed my phone back and gave him the crackers, and then the deer still thought I had them. And it took him a few minutes to figure out that he had them. This one is just a little crooked. Just a little bit. Okay. I don't know what is in those cookies that they sell, but they smelled good. And I hoped it wasn't peanuts. I just made sure I did not touch my face or eat them, or I also made sure I washed my hands before I ate anything else. Okay, now I need to mark this direction. Do it right on this line, maybe. I'm trying to think what else we did that day. We went back to Kyoto. Not back to, we went to Kyoto, where it was also kind of dreary and miserable. Miserable. And that may have been the best dinner I think I had on the trip. Just like quality-wise, it was very good. And that was the night it started snowing, and it was snowing in Kyoto, and that was kind of incredible. It was really beautiful. Almost done gridding. Wonderful. This will be great. Now what I could have done, that probably would have been better and faster than running to my computer and making a new grid image, would have been just changing the size of the grid. instead of doing an inch grid. That one's crooked. Can't do that. It's better. But I didn't, because then I had to do math. And this was easier. Classic says there's also a really good daifuku shop with really good daifuku. That's one of my favorite things to eat in Japan. I wish I would have known that. But I was also miserable and cold that day. Noah says, we don't do math in this house. Let me find out what shrine this is. Nara is there. Okay, so we stood in Nara Park. Kasuga Taisha was the shrine we went to. Yeah, this is the place. Fossick says, oh, that is pretty far. We took the bus from the train station to Nara Park, and then we walked. So it wasn't too... Actually, we took the bus to Nara National Museum, and then we walked. And it wasn't too bad. So, let me pull this without the grid lines. This is what we're putting on this. I could probably put this in the art queue, or put it in the place where the mods can put it in the art queue for me. I'm in airplane mode. Airplane mode means I can't post this to Discord. Okay. We'll get there. We have a 3-month resub from TSDK 107. Hello. Good morning. All right. Photo. Here. Discord. Mod chat. Okay. If someone could put that in art queue for me, please. So now I'm just going to draw this in this grid using the grid. And I don't have it in the art queue with the grid, so. There it is. So there's what we're going to be putting on this canvas. So now I can just draw. The worst of it is over. I don't mind doing the grid. Like, that much of math I enjoy, actually. I like geometry. I do not like other things. So now the problem with this 1114 canvas is I have to do a lot more counting because there are more boxes. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the good thing about it being a really stretched canvas when I do this is it makes noise when I draw. And that's kind of fun. Scritch. Kid says, it's when you start inventing numbers that you lose me. So, like, Carly went into science. I obviously didn't. And at some point I asked her what math class she was taking, because she had taken, like, calculus in high school, and I'm like, what comes after that even? She's like, oh, like, differential equations, and I didn't even know what those were. So this starts here. Everyone's like, moss. That's why I really liked this photo. There's just so much moss. Actually, there was another lantern that you could see just the edge of on this side of the picture, but it threw off the composition, so I just took it out. It is really satisfying to draw on this. Can you guys hear it when it's making the noise when I do the scritch? Big time? Oh, cool. Good. I'm starting by doing the background. One, two, three. So the stone platform of the lantern is actually going to like jut out here. That's not quite right. And this pencil does not have an eraser on it. And then there's like a gutter, a downspout that sits on top of this thing. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a 22-month resub from Cabry. Good morning. So this line actually does continue all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way that way. 2, 3, 4. I did manage to take this pretty square, which is surprising. I went and I tried to do a perspective warp on it in Photoshop to make sure my lines were all straight, so it just didn't look off, and they were all straight, which was kind of surprising. So I must have lined it up really carefully originally. Guess who's back? This right here. And then we get this other line, which I think is too far apart on this side. And then there's like this window screen up here that you can really only see like half of. And it's essentially 3 blocks wide. So what I want to do now is I want to erase the grid on the, actually I should just do the outline first so I know where the grid needs to be erased so I can see it better. So the point of this, top of the lantern, 7. Yeah, I should have known it was right 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sits right here. Kepler's happy. I just heard him chirp at Steven. And then it sits right probably about here. And bumps out to about there. This left part of this ellipse looks really good, and the right one does not. Why? It won't matter as much when it's painted because of all of the moss on it. Ellipse, ellipse, ellipse. That's too far out. That line's wrong. No. Ellipses. Just turn this a little bit for a second. Maybe I'll do it. No, flat's not gonna help. I hit the mark right. It's right here. I can come back to that. So it comes kind of angled this way, and then back here, it actually should be closer to down here. It's coming together. It's going to look weird drawn, I think, because we're not really seeing any of the value. One, two, and this side hangs just a little bit lower because of all of the moss hanging off of it. God forbid the rough sketch looks rough. I know, but it's my roadmap. I have to have that part right. One, two, three, four. All right, let's get the stone base in. And that should be, I think, a good amount of roadmap. There's like 3 tiers of stone that sit here. Okay. That's a good amount to work with. Now we can erase grid and do a base painting. We have a 24-month resub from Fossix. Thank you for hitting 2 years, Fossix, who says can't wait to go back to Japan again sometime. I know. Chaz and I kind of have it all planned out, but like, not a when. More of like a this is what we were going to do. I don't want to lose my lines that I've drawn by erasing the grid. Well, I guess we'll try and erase what we can. Luckily it's a darker painting, so it shouldn't show through too much. Now we'll do it the other way. Can I paint over the grid? Yeah, I can. And I'm going to. It's not going to be completely gone, but the lighter colors I use, especially like this part back here, you'll see the pencil lines, and I don't want that. So I try to get rid of as much as I can. It's closer. Okay, this needs to get, oh god, a little erased, just so it's not as dark. It is the darkest part of the pencil. Because I can still see the lines, and that's enough to do an underpainting. Rita Dread says, didn't get to go to Kirby Cafe, also Tobichi, and Dishnet says, I didn't make it to Tobichi when I went. I walked past the Kirby Cafe. I did get to go to Tokyo Tobichi, but I didn't get to go to Kyoto Tobichi, but I've done that in the past. The day I tried to go to Kyoto Tobichi, they were closed. I felt stupid for not checking online. We have a 23-month resub from Gaxtronaut. Good morning. Do you think you'll go to the Ghibli theme park? Theme park. Different than the museum? I didn't know there was a theme park. All right, we have Burnt Umber. Theme park now? Where did that cap go? So I have Burnt Umber, and I'm going to make it very transparent with gloss glazing liquid. Once I open it. And I'm going to start by doing like a base layer on everything with this, and then just start doing a little bit of the shadows with it by making it darker and more opaque. And this will be a continuation of our little rough draft here. Why are we not blending in? Why are we just being like chunky? It's like all the little particles of paint in the glazing liquid are just refusing to incorporate. All right, what brush do I want to do this with? Maybe this guy. That's not dark enough at all. Need that a little bit darker at least. And if I made it too dark, then I'll just use it for one of my shadow colors. And then we'll just do a lighter wash over later. I didn't do much, but I think this brush is too small. Yeah, let's switch to a bigger one. This guy. I didn't mix up enough either. I don't think I can get away without making more. Yep, now I'm out. I accidentally made it a little bit darker. So now we've done a wash on the canvas, and we're gonna do the sides. Hopefully it's not going to fall into the ground. The string from the raw edge down here. Okay, now this is solid paint and is wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over my plastic, which hopefully has no eraser shavings on it, and then just set this wet part here. And that's fine. Now I'm going to darken this glazing liquid and we'll start doing some more layers on this. Okay, So now we can just sort of paint in where it's darker. And I think I could have gone even darker with that. That's okay. I'm just trying to give a little bit of indication of the shadow to start to fill it in. Vagabond says, why this color for the underpainting? Because a lot of the wood in the painting, like in here and some of this back here, already has some of the same undertones as burnt umber. And it's a little cooler than burnt sienna, which is more orange. So I went with this instead, because I thought it would have some of those cooler tones. Because it was a very rainy, dreary day. So I'm trying to bring those in. Umber and sienna are traditional underpainting colors too. So between the two, I thought this would work a little bit better. And I'm just using the same transparency level here to kind of fill in more layers. I should probably darken it up. That would probably help a little bit. I miss pink underpainting. Maybe we'll get back to a fun color at some point. Not this painting, another one. I'm gonna darken this up just a little. Pretty good. Don't know. What's the weather like where y'all live? It's chilly today. It's very chilly today. Furnace had to go back on this morning. switching to some other brush for the last little bit. So now what I want to do is fill in some of the darker areas with this. So it is a lot more dark in here. And a lot more dark. More dark. Darker. In here. And I think I need more burn over. Dishnet says 35 and cloudy. It's 52 and cloudy. It warmed up. It was closer to 30 this morning. The underglaze color, the lighter color, is starting to dry, so it's not really letting me smoothly move my brush across this area. It's just kind of doing this weird texture thing, and that's fine. This is an underpainting. I think this is right here. The pencil line is gone. Hi.
Hi,
Welcome back.
thanks.
Doing an underpainting.
I can tell.
It's coming together. If you squint, you can kind of see what you're looking at. Squinting isn't necessary. I think it's necessary. That helped. So this part is super bright, so we're gonna leave that alone. Try to bring this down a little bit. This isn't right. Like my lines for it. I lost my nice little ellipse, or it's crooked or something. That's okay. It won't matter in the end with all of the moss on it, because the moss will hide any of that. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to find anywhere where the paint is sitting high and giving too much texture so that when it dries, I won't see that texture. Oh, we have a Kepler visitor. Okay, I'm gonna do the sides. At least a little bit. A little bit too much. Oops. Oops. Just maybe bring this down too. And then just redarken this part up here. That got too dark. It's okay. The top is easy because it's just dark. It's like just fill this in with burnt umber. Okay, so I did all the sides also. So you can see that. I just haven't done this part. So what I have to do is do it this way and then let it dry. So I guess get a good look at it now because I'm going to be flipping it there and then leaving it that way for the rest of stream. There. So this is our good base layer. And then next week, once it dries, we'll start doing the background first because we're gonna have like the moss hanging off the side and I need this part to be done first. So we'll work on the background next time. And then we'll just paint like into the lantern a little bit. So the nice line I have currently is probably gonna get lost and that's fine. We will build it back in. So yeah, we'll do the whole background and then we'll work on the actual lantern. And I'll probably build like this part first and then we'll do the cap with the moss on it. It would look cool just to see this monochromatic. It's kind of fun. It has this light painterly nature to it. It's not quite right. Like there's stuff in here I don't like this whole right side is a little off. But it has this like fresh look to it. I don't know how to describe it. There's something different about it that's light, I guess. I don't know. What am I trying to say? I'm out of umber. Can I do this one-handed? No, I can't. It has a scroll vibe, a little bit, yeah. My marks have not been super intentional. They've been very loose on purpose. Okay, so now the bottom is done too, and now it has to dry flat. And because it's not an 8x10, it's not going to sit up there very well. Almost hit the mic. So, palette, go sit over here, clear off a spot on my table, and set that face up. And then, well, I have this paint that's going to go bad. We're going to put it on my paint sheet. This is just paint that I've accumulated over a few years now. Okay, so I have brushes to clean quick, and then we can talk about what's coming up. We can also do this. Things that are coming up tonight. Oh, thank you, Vagabond. I'm gonna clean my hands and then I'll show those off. Tonight on Steven's channel, we're doing more Sonic game. He said he's not sure if we're finishing it, but we might. We might not. Which is next is Monday. Monday will be more Beyond Good and Evil. I think we are getting ready to go into a dungeon. I say dungeon, but it's like not from like a programming historical game point of view, it's a dungeon. I think that's what we're getting ready to do. I can't remember what we were doing there. I think that's what we were doing. Fossick's pointing out that daylight savings time is this Sunday. So if you do not change your clocks back this Sunday as well, streams will be an hour earlier than usual. What else is going on? Tuesday will be breakfast stream. Wednesday, maybe finally the end of Tunic. Maybe. I don't know. I just know that it keeps going. No promises. If you did not see the vlog that came out about the art show that I had a piece in, I'll show that piece off once my hands are clean. You could watch that vlog as well. Next Friday... Yeah, next Friday is not the off week. The weird week. Yeah, next Friday we'll continue this painting. We'll start doing the background. There was someone in the comments of the art show vlog that was like, I actually went to Cam and I saw your work. And I pointed it out to the person I was with. And I'm like, oh. Cool. I wondered if that happened. This is the big brush, so this will take the longest to clean. It holds the most paint. Alright, those are clean. Now just hands clean, and then I can grab the two the two artworks that are up for auction right now. And show those off. But when I use this glazing liquid, it's really tacky. Like, it stays wet for a long time before it cures. So I really don't want to get this on either of the completed artworks I'm about to handle, because one of them is varnished and the other one is watercolor and will absorb everything. And Monday we can talk about the really long bike ride I'm gonna do this weekend. Fun. I'm excited for it. I went and picked up some snacks for it yesterday. And I was talking to the guy at the store, and he's like, looks like you're gearing up for a big thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go for a bike ride this weekend. And he's like, what are we doing? So I shared it with him, and he was like, sick. He's like, that looks like a good ride. And I'm like, I know, right? And it's not going to be my longest ride, but it's up there. What are my bike snacks? I got some gels, some GU gels, which I use in an emergency if I'm really feeling low on energy. And then I got some oat snacks. Is the brand Bobo? I can't remember. But I've tried them, and they have real sugar, because I can't do, like, sucralose. And they don't have peanut. At least the ones I got didn't have peanut. So those are also good, because my bike ride really doesn't have a good spot to stop. Like, I scrolled through my route, and I'm like, okay, trying to find out where some bathrooms are so I know ahead of time if I need to stop. There's not really anywhere to stop and grab a bite to eat, which is why I ended up going to get snacks. I have paint on my arms. There's not really a great spot. So I was trying to make sure I had everything I needed, except a bathroom, because that's not gonna happen. I know where the bathrooms are now, but there's not really a good food spot. All right, let's talk about the painting that's ending first. This is the painting that is ending first. This one will end Monday evening. This is Milky Way Study. So this is the really pretty Milky Way I had done as a painting before I did the big canvas that had more. Monday at almost 2100 hours. So this is varnished already, so it's really glossy and pretty, and all the colors really pop. And this is the new varnish, which I really like. I'm a big fan of this new varnish. Right at the end of Monday stream, yeah. So As Beyond Good and Evil is ending Monday night. This will end for the auction. So this is up for auction. You probably shouldn't sit on the face of that self-portrait painting. And then this one was the one in the art show. Don't set that there, that's acrylic. So this one was in the art show at CAM. And this one is also up for auction right now if you're interested in owning this actual watercolor. I did this one in plein air, so I had someone in the comment, chair unlocked. Someone in the comment had asked like the story behind it. I had gone downtown Raleigh and walked around until I knew where this was and I knew what I wanted to do. So I walked here and I sat across the street on this brick wall and I drew this in plein air. And I didn't do the color there because I got real cold because it was in December. And when I got home, I did the watercolor. And then this got in an art show. So that's up for auction as well. And you should go over there. So check those out. They're also on Redbubble if you wanted a print of either one. Yeah, those are all the things that are happening. And I ran Patreon ticker. So I guess the only thing that we're gonna raid is if you haven't seen the vlog for the art show, I guess go watch that. If not, I don't know, put your laundry away. I had laundry done and folded in a basket for like 4 days and finally put it away last night. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and sorry for the rough start at the beginning of the stream, but I think it turned out best. I think I'm really glad we switched to the medium canvas because it's more space to paint. I already did laundry this week. Yeah, I just need to do it more often so there's less to fold and put away. It's like you knew. And then next week we'll continue working on this piece. So hope everyone has a great Friday, and I hope to see you tonight over on Steven's channel.